With Kamala Harris now at the top of the Democrat ticket and rising enthusiasm from black voters, her campaign is trying to reverse Trump's polling leads in states Biden actually faltered. With Biden bowing out of the race, the Democrats have also begun to embrace identity politics. She even held a fundraising event on Zoom this week called White Dudes for Harris. For more on this, I'd like to bring in Donna Jackson with the National Center for Public Policy Research, who serves as the Director of Membership Development for Project 21's Black Leadership Network. She is also a political analyst. Donna, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. What do you make of the identity politics we're seeing? People literally saying they're just voting for Harris just because she's a black woman, completely ignoring the last 4 years.
Well, first of all, that's not going to ensure that our economy changes. That's not going to ensure that the black community is stronger. The same policies that the Biden administration adopted that has decimated the black community is the same ones that she's going to be running on, except hers are going to be worse. And let's remember her record. Kamala Harris got her rise to fame was putting black mothers, single mothers, in prison when she was in California. She had the worst rate in terms of putting black males in prison. She actually was the one that helped to exacerbate the single parent households in our communities. And now that she's running for president, we're supposed to just embrace her. Nothing that she's putting forward is going to help the African American community. I can tell you something. It's going to be worse. They're going to continue their attack on fossil fuels, the industry that makes every price more expensive, which means that every time an African American goes to buy just a single can of food for their family, they won't be able to afford it because it always disproportionately affects the African American community. I'm not going to be voting for somebody because her skin supposedly looks like mine. I'm going to be voting for somebody who can make sure that my family is financially stable. Under the Biden administration and the Harris administration, whom she's continuing the legacy, African American home ownership is the lowest since Jim Crow. And that's because of their policies of making everything more expensive, so that African Americans are priced out of even the American dream. And we don't need to talk about the open borders.
Yeah.
There's 41 million African Americans in this country. 22 million illegal immigrants have come over here in 3.5 years. They're replacing black people with brown people, which means our votes are going to be completely void, because it's going to be diluted. We know that they're registering people as soon as they come over to this country and apply for benefits.
You know, Donna, you bring up so many important questions, but if you watch mainstream media or even look at the articles online, big tech, obviously they're all over Kamala Harris, how amazing she is, how much the black community loves her. What is the reality? Like, what do you see? What do you hear? I mean, right? Like, you have your pulse on the community, obviously.
Obviously, there's always the bait and switch. So the mainstream media puts up a few black faces who are paid actors that says, we're excited. But grassroots people are sitting there saying, I can't afford to feed my family. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I'm living paycheck to Tuesday right now, and I'm borrowing. Black voters are not voting for her because her skin looks like ours. And in fact, we need to remember that she didn't run as an African American when she was in California. She ran as an Indian American, but so now it's convenient for her to claim the black culture who she has no ties to. It's African Americans have the heritage of being descendants of slavery. Her parents, her lineage was the largest slave traders and slave owners and fought to keep slavery legal even after it was not legal. So she has no ties, no desire for the African American community. And if you can sit down and put a Black mother who is single in prison because your child is truant, and it's the hardest job in the world, you have no compassion. If you are pro Kamala, you are anti-Black America.
What is your message to Black Americans who say, you know what, doesn't matter, I'm voting for her?
Let's remember what Barack Obama did for the Black community, and that's nothing. Nothing. In fact, African Americans lost wealth with Barack Obama. Now they're giving us another Barack Obama in Kamala Harris. If you think your life is hard now, just wait a while, because it's going to get exponentially worse.
Got it. Donna Jackson, really appreciate your voice. I think you have one of the most powerful voices in America, so thank you for using it. And it's too bad that mainstream media tries to drown out voices like you. Anyone calling you from mainstream media, asking you for your opinion? No?
Well, they think we're too stupid to get an ID card, so of course they don't want to hear what I have to say.
Right.
And think that they can put up 2 or 4 tokens and that's supposed to satisfy me. We're beyond that.
Right.
We want economic upward mobility, and we're not going to get that from a Harris administration.
We are beyond that. Donna Jackson, as always, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.